What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Darian is Fishing. This is episode 3 on my new series, breaking down a new body of water. And that's, like I've said many times, that's one of the hardest things as fishermen, is breaking down a new body of water, trying to figure out what fish do, what they eat, where they live on a place that you've never been before. This is my third time out on this series, the second time from the kayak. If you saw the last video, you know my kayak messed up. I had to fish out of the pedal drive one. Luckily, I was able to, well, I actually had another trolling motor, which fixed the problem. But I've got the same swim jig tied on. I've got a jerk bait tied on. I've got a Texas rig and a fluke. And I've got my box of tackle here in the lure locker. Last night in the mail, I got a package from 6 Cents, which is the sponsor of this entire series. And I wanted to open this box up. I don't exactly remember what's in it, so I'm gonna just cut this guy open. Oh, I do remember what's in this. Right here, we have the brand new, looks like that might be all, the brand new puffer jacket, 6 Cents hooded puffer jacket. I'll put it on in a second. It's warm again, so I don't need it. And then in this, let's see what they got in here. Cool 6-sack. Not a huge fan of these Auburn or Tennessee Vols colors, but we can live with it. Okay, 2 new colors. I do remember ordering this. Okeechobee Crawl, Stroker Crawl. I got 3 packs of those. And then Chartreuse Pepper Ned Fries. I ordered 3 packs of those. Let me put my chesty on and I'll show you each of those. All right, this is one of my favorite color and size worms to put on a Carolina rig, and that is absolutely awesome. That's the Ned Fry. Gonna catch millions of fish. Also gonna work crazy good on a Ned rig. And then I got Stroker Crawls, which I'm glad I got this color. This is a brand new color, Okeechobee Crawl. This is one of my favorite color of soft plastics, and I'm definitely bringing these with me today. It's like a sapphire blue on one side and green pumpkin on the other side. Has an incredible flash in the water, and when that thing's moving, it just has a really cool that green pumpkin to blue sapphire transition. Just literally drives bass absolutely crazy. So I'm gonna bring these with me. I'm not gonna bring those Ned Fries with me because that's not the style of fishing I'm gonna be doing today, but I will definitely use these Okeechobee Crawls. And then let's break into this guy out of the pack. It's got a hood. It's got the branding. Oh yeah, this thing's legit. Feels good. Zippers are good. Zips all the way up. Hannah's giving me a thumbs up from the truck. That is sharp. I like that a lot. That's brand new from 6 Cents. They've still got them in stock. Let me pull the selfie up so you guys can see it. Right here, I think this thing is awesome. I love these down puffer style jackets. Got pockets, got a pocket up top, the 6 Cents branding. You can get this on 6centsfishing.com. 10% off if you use the code DC10, along with any of the other stuff on 6centsfishing.com. All right, now I'm off. So if you watched the last video, you know that I caught those fish on a swim jig and a jerk bait. And now I'm going to try to expand on that pattern a little bit more. Well, guys, just like you would expect, fishing in the fall, yesterday was very difficult in the kayak. I actually had the same kayak problems yesterday that I had the last video that you guys saw. So I actually talked with Old Town, figured out why I was having those problems. Is because I was triggering something. I don't remember exactly what he called it. But anyhow, it was making relay. It was a trigger and a relay that was switching on and off. And anyhow, it was my stupidity. I didn't check it. But anyhow, now we got it checked, got it taken care of, tightened back up, everything's good. Since I last fished, we had a ton of rain yesterday and last night. The water is up a lot, probably 4 inches since yesterday, 5 inches since yesterday. And it's muddy. It's like significantly muddier, so I've got a couple different things. I'm gonna take the jerk bait off of there biting last time, switch it with a square bill, a chartreuse and black 50X square bill. To crank around. I'm going to use a black and blue jig a little bit to pitch around the edges of different things, make a bigger, darker profile, try to get some bites. I also think that, this is just me thinking, but with this muddy water, It might have pulled some of those fish out of the backs of the creeks, because that's where a lot of it's going to get muddier faster. So like this creek that I live in, it's probably muddier in the back than it is in the front. So a lot of the fish that I was catching, if you remember that last video, they are in the back halves of the creeks. They're probably going to be moving out to the points, the front half of the creek, or the points. So I'm going to go fish today. I'm going to go down by the dam. There's some creeks all in a row down there, some big pockets. They've all got points on them. I'm gonna go run those points and see if maybe the fish have pulled out to the points of some of these pockets and creeks. So that's gonna be my game plan for the rest of this video. Don't forget, I'm doing a giveaway. You have to comment down below your favorite fall to winter transition bait and give this video a thumbs up to be eligible to win that. And the winner of last video's comments is in the description down below. You're gonna win 3 6-cent lures from this video. But I'm gonna jump in the kayak and take off right now. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of this video. All right, I'm gonna take off, go to the points, and I'll see you guys when I get there. I'm going that new stroker crawl on the back of a hybrid jig. Let's get set up. This is the hardest part, is getting this kayak set up to be able to fish. Put that on one, clip this sucker to my pants, that's the way it's close to me. And I'll put that trolling motor on half instead of one. There we go, that's a big one. That's a big one. First dock I've ever pitched on this lake. Spotted bass too. Big old spot. Oh, this one right here's got the damn coronavirus. That's the nastiest fish I've ever seen in my life. I don't know how well y'all can tell, but he's all ate up. Not bad, not bad. Well, that was the first dock I ever pitched on this lake. There's some guys pretty close to me, so I didn't want to be too crazy loud, but the very first point that I came to with the first boat dock on it, first piece of cover on the first point, so kind of what I was thinking earlier when I got in the kayak, so far, if we're judging off the first bite, has been true. Well, had to break that one off, got in a piece of cover. Now I'm going to, this one's like green pumpkin blue. Same stroker crawl, Okeechobee crawl color. All right, another thing I was right on is earlier, the water is much, much cleaner out on the main lake, especially some of these points that hard bottom points, and some of these points got rocks on them. The water is much, much cleaner. So that's going to be a good thing, I think, too. I just got a feeling these fish have pulled out of the pockets, how muddy it got. There we go. You didn't like that, did you, buddy? Divine hybrid jig with a stroker crawl. skipped way back up under that dock. That's just a good little healthy chunk. Might have been a 2-pounder. I think honestly, if I wasn't in the kayak, I wouldn't have caught that fish because I was so close to that dock when I pitched in on it. Most of the time I don't get lucky enough to catch those if I'm in a boat. I just think the boat makes a lot more noise. This kayak has such a small footprint, it doesn't mess with them as much. Oh, there's one on the square bill. I just pitched it right out in front of me. Oh God, this one's gonna be a shaker. Hey buddy, it's okay. Little guy, he came right out of that, right over there by that rock. There's a bunch of bait fish off this point. There's bait everywhere. There's a bunch of little bitty minnows back in the back of this pocket. And this is gonna, for a lot of you guys, this is gonna be the case right now. There's gonna be little pockets like this, and it's not even that big, but you're just gonna notice bait flickering in the back of them. I mean, I'm looking back and it's all the way up to the dead up on the bank in the very back of this little drain pocket. Well, you know you're following the bait. You know, I don't know if I'm gonna catch any more fish in this pocket, but at least you're following the bait. You know where, dadgummit, I just broke my square bill off. It's in this piece of grass right here. Oh, come on now, to get my whole arm soaking wet. I know one thing, it's gonna be some fish lost in this lake because of treble hooks getting caught up in that, dang, I must have had a chicken ass knot. That sucker broke right at the knot. That's on my fault. That ain't all, I was gonna blame the line. Tell y'all that Seagar or somebody sucks, but it doesn't look like that's the case. Sunline, y'all know Sunline don't suck. It's too expensive to suck. It's crazy the difference in watercolor in my creek versus all the way down here by the dam. You can't even tell it rained down here. The water's a little high, but it's not muddy at all. I mean, it's equally as clear as it was the other day. So now I think down here by the dam, some of those same older, my bet is that some of the things that I was doing the last time might be working still down here. The backs of the pockets instead of the fronts. Every single fish that I've caught today has been in the front of the pocket, or that one that I caught on the main lake point. Well, 2 were on a main lake point, and then 1 was like the first point back in a little pocket. So they're definitely, it was like they moved out of the backs where they were last time. And so down here, my guess is that somewhere in the back half of this pocket, I'm gonna get a bite or catch one or see a little more activity. Well guys, that's gonna wrap up today's video. That was a fun trip, equally as much fun as the last one. I didn't catch as many fish as the last one, but I did learn quite a lot on this trip. This doesn't happen very often, I'll admit that, but exactly what I thought was gonna happen with the fish happened. They pulled out of the backs of the pockets like they were last time, and they moved right into the points, moved right out to the first half of the creeks instead of the backs of the creeks, backs of the pockets. It was textbook. If I wasn't limited to the spaces I can fish in this kayak, I felt like I would have caught some more fish. There's points on the other side of the lake and a couple creeks that I wanted to fish that I'm just out of daylight, and I can't fish them. But it was fun. I learned a lot. That's the key. The number one thing that I'm talking about when I'm doing this entire series is making sure you're learning something about the lake. You're not. Every trip isn't about catching as many fish as you can, or if that was the case, I'd fish the same stuff every single time. The objective of the series is not to catch as many fish as possible every single time, which, well, take that back. That is the objective, but more so to break the body of water down. It's not, there's going to be tough times. There's going to be tough days because you're trying to figure out a new pattern or expand on something else that you learned last time. And so there's going to be days where you don't necessarily catch many, but you learn a lot. And the key for this entire series is learn the new body of water. So yeah, I feel like I've accomplished that in the last 2 videos. The first one was pretty difficult. That was fishing from the bank. That one was difficult. Fishing wasn't good at all, and so I didn't catch any fish, but that makes it a little more difficult. But I'm excited about what I've seen. I noticed that the first bite I got, the biggest fish I got was on a smaller ball head, like a finesse style jig that I was using, and I broke it off. And after that, I never got any more of those big bites, but I didn't have any more of those finesse jigs with me. So I'm imagining it's like a typical fall, winter time. Fish is getting a little bit tough. Fishing is getting tough. You want to downsize your baits a lot of times, and so I'm definitely going to have some smaller, finessier jigs, because when I put on this regular full size Divine hybrid jig, I just didn't get any bites on it. Or I did get one bite on it, but it was small, and I felt like I probably should have got more bites. Some of those points I was fishing, I felt brush, I felt all the stuff, the rocks. I just didn't get bites. I caught another one on that 50X square bill, chartreuse and black color. I'm gonna be giving away, in this video, I'll give away 2 of those square bills, 1 jig. Well, I'll give away a pack of trailers, a jig, and that crankbait. All you have to do, drop a comment down below on what your favorite fall to winter transition bait is, and give this video a thumbs up. And other than that, I'm gonna keep riding back to the lake, or back to the house. And yeah, we'll finish this video up now. I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see all of you on the next one.